Hey, so I missed a YouTube upload last week. Normally in YouTube land, this is where we say, life got crazy, but I'm back and better than ever. Like and subscribe. But I don't really want to do that. I just want to be honest for a few minutes. Minimal edits, no B roll, just me talking. So, what actually happened? So, I was not being lazy. I was busy. I had a very long work week. I had a Bible study to prep for. I had a sermon to prep for. I had church related Christmas things, normal life related Christmas things, just life. I wasn't sitting around doing nothing. And the crazy part, I actually recorded a video for last week. I recorded it, I watched it back, and it was bad. It was just really, really bad. And not like in a, oh, you're trying to be too much of a perfectionist. No, it was bad. It was really bad. The footage was messy. It was clunky. The thoughts weren't clear. And honestly, the topic deserved better. I care about scripture, and I didn't give that script the time that it needed. I'll come back to it. I fully intend to do the thing I meant to upload last week. I will do that at some point. But I just got too busy. I was working on other things. And it hit me. It wasn't. I made a video when I was sick where the topic was consistency over perfection. But that wasn't the case because it wasn't just me nitpicking. This was me not planning well. And after recording that terrible video, I realized something important. The real issue wasn't laziness. The week I missed, I wasn't being just lazy. It wasn't that I lacked motivation. I wasn't slacking off in a bunch of different areas of life. The issue was that I didn't plan for a week that I knew would be busy. I didn't step back and take a macro look at the week. I didn't say, okay, I've got a heavy workload. My day job is going to be busier. It's going to take more time. I have this Bible study to plan. I have Christmas stuff to do. Maybe I need to front load the script earlier. Maybe I need to simplify things or reschedule things. Instead, I tried to push and hope for the best, and hoping for the best is not a good strategy. So here's what I'm trying to fix. Here's what I'm trying to think about moving forward. I'm trying to take a realistic look at my life and all the different things that I need to do, that I want to do, things that are very important to me, the different things that God has actually called me to do, and figure out how to plod along consistently, thoughtfully, not sprint, not do way too much work in way too little of a time. I'm not trying to sprint, I'm trying to plod consistently in a meaningful way. I'm trying to get better at zooming out, getting an aerial view of my life and saying, okay, what does this week actually need to look like? What needs to shift? Where do I need margin? What requires preparation, not just enthusiasm? So, even though I've done some videos that are kind of like Christian hustle culture, I think there are some important ideas there to just consistency and hard work. But it's not just that. It's not just hustle culture, it's wisdom of stepping back and looking at what does life actually look like? And how do you use your time well to accomplish the things that need to be done? The Bible actually talks a lot about planning, even if we don't really look at those. And of course, all your plans are subject to unseen forces, subject to the will of God. No man is promised tomorrow. I know the verses in James. I get it. But Proverbs 21:5 says, "The thoughts or plans of the diligent tend only to plenteousness." That's not hype. It's not intensity. It's planning. It's intelligent, thoughtful, wise planning. Proverbs 24:27, talking about agriculture, says, "Prepare your work without. Prepare the work of the field. Make it fit for thyself in the field. Make things right out in the work you need to do, and afterwards build your house," which seems crazy in a way. But in other words, order of how you do things matters. Preparation matters. And Luke 14:28, Jesus talks about counting the cost of discipleship. So it's not a direct parallel, I know, but he says, "Which of you, intending to build a tower, doesn't sit down first and count the cost, whether you have sufficient funds to finish it?" Even Jesus says, don't wing it. Don't just guess on your life. Don't just hope on your life. Planning isn't unspiritual. It's actually a part of acting wisely. So if you're watching this and you've dropped the ball on something recently, and it wasn't because you were just lazy, but because you didn't plan the way that apparently you needed to, I want you to know you're not alone. Life is busy. Responsibilities are real, but wisdom, planning, and margin can save us from unnecessary stress. You don't need to become some influencer machine version of yourself, not some hustle culture version of yourself. You don't need to grind until you collapse. You need to take a step back and take an honest look at your week, maybe at your month, maybe at a couple months, and ask, how can I walk in faithfulness here, one step at a time, plodding along toward what God has called you to? Anyway, that's just where I'm at. Wanted to be honest. More videos are coming. I have a few kind of bigger ones planned down the pipeline that I want to give a lot of time and effort to because the topics are worthy. But the videos going forward, I want them to come from a place of peace and preparation, not just pressure. And that is going to come from how I run and structure my life. And you probably have a lot of different things in life that will be the same. So thanks for being here. If you have trouble structuring your life and you need to kind of figure that out, rein that in so you can do what you're supposed to be doing for God, then stick around. This channel is all about faith meeting action. And sometimes that's going to be boring planning prep work. So thanks. We'll work on it together. See you in the next one.